Just when you think Capcom can't get any more dumber, Capcom attempts to run PR for Western localizers, praises in-house team for keeping games culturally sensitive and promoting inclusivity through language and representation, and yet again throwing their hat into the ongoing discourse surrounding Western localizers' continual disrespecting of Japanese media rather than committing to ensuring accuracy within their own localization team's work. Capcom has instead attempted to put a positive spin, and I say that very loosely, on some of the industry's worst practices. You damn right. Entering the fray on April 11th by way of a lengthy post published to the official Twitter account of their own in-house localization team, the Resident Evil and Mega Man series developer began their PR play by asserting to players, localization isn't just about translating words, it's about adapting the game for a global audience. Think cultural nonsenses, items, and regional flair. A good localization makes players feel right at home wherever in the world they are. And what is localization? Embark on a global adventure through the lens of game localization. Beyond mere translation, we're diving into the art of cultural adaptation, preserving context, and inclusive storytelling. Join us as we unravel the intricacies that make games resonate worldwide. Not just translating. Localization isn't about translating words, it's about adapting the game for a global audience. Think cultural. Alright, I already read that part. Lost in translation? Nah, preserving the vibe is key. Jokes, references, and even gameplay elements might need a little cultural remix. It's important to find that sweet spot to make sure players get the intended experience without feeling like something got lost in the process. Oh, trust me, a lot of things got lost in the process the way these people are doing it nowadays. Oh, here's this one right here. This one right here. This is what has been hit real hard. Forced. This is forced, and they're bitching about. Look at Tomb Raider. They're bitching about, oh, how sensitive it was and everything, and blah blah. They were crying about it. Each language has its unique structure and cultural context. Our teams work to ensure the narrative and dialogue maintain coherence and emotional impact. It's not just about words, it's about capturing the essence of the story in a way that resonates with the target audience. Cultural sensitivity in characters. Character design and development must be culturally sensitive. What may be acceptable in one culture might be offensive in another. Localizers play a crucial role in ensuring that the characters are relatable and respectful, avoiding stereotypes or other references that could be perceived as negative in specific cultures. Ah, these people, man. Inclusive language and representation. Localization efforts extend to promote inclusivity through language and representation. This involves adapting not only the linguistic aspects, but also addressing gender. Oh my god. Yeah, we are. Oh, yep. Moving on. Adapting humor and wit. Humor often relies on cultural references and wordplay, making it a challenging aspect of game localization. Translators must carefully navigate puns, jokes, and cultural references to maintain the intended comedic effect. This requires a deep understanding of the target audience's sense of humor while staying true to the original wit. Consistency and terminology. Maintaining consistency in terminology is crucial for a smooth and coherent gaming experience. This applies not only to translating words, but also to ensure that the game mechanics, instructions, and lore are consistently represented all across languages. Establishing a cohesive language system helps prevent confusion and enhances the overall gaming experience for players worldwide. Turning to address the complaint that many Western localizers tend to overrate a given title's Japanese identity in favor of appealing to a larger audience, Capcom then affirmed that as far as they were concerned, it was more important to preserve the vibe of a game rather than provide players with an accurate translation of its original source material. Lost in translation, preserving the vibe is key, declared the Devil May Cry developer. Jokes, references, and even gameplay elements might need a little cultural remix. It's important to find that sweet spot to make sure the players get the intended experience without feeling like something got lost in the process. Each language has its unique structure and cultural context, they added. Our teams work to ensure the narrative and dialogue maintain coherence and emotional impact. It's not just about words, it's about capturing the essence of the story in a way that resonates with the target audience. From there, Capcom moved to run defense for the ever increasing trend of video games being censored out of deference to the feelings of the most extreme of Western socio-pathological activists. Oh, socio-political activists, arguing the player's character design and development must be culturally sensitive. What may be acceptable in one culture might be offensive in another, they declared. Localizers play a crucial role in ensuring that the characters are relatable and respectful, avoiding stereotypes of other references that could be perceived as negative in specific cultures. To this end, the company behind the Street Fighter franchise further detailed that their cultural localization efforts also extend to promoting inclusivity through language and representation. This involves adapting not only the linguistic aspects, but also addressing gender-specific language, cultural norms, and diverse perspectives. They explain that the aim is to create an immersive experience where players from different backgrounds can identify with the characters and narrative. This can be very challenging for certain languages due to grammar. Jumping to the related subject of how their localization team deals with Japanese specific comedy moments in their game, Capcom detailed humor often relies on cultural references and wordplay, making it a challenging aspect of game localization. Translators must carefully navigate puns, jokes, and cultural references to maintain the intended comedic effect, noted the iconic video game entity. This requires a deep understanding of the target audience's sense of humor while staying true to the original wit. Drawing their thoughts to a close with one final note on their approach to language localization, Capcom ultimately affirmed maintaining consistency in terminology is crucial for a smooth and coherent gaming experience. This applies not only to translating words, but also to ensuring that that game mechanics, instructions, and lore are consistently represented across languages, they concluded. Establishing a cohesive language system helps prevent confusion and enhances the overall gaming experience for players worldwide. Interesting as noted above, this is not the first time Capcom, whose own history of international censorship includes covering up Ashley and Ada's default outfits in Resident Evil 4 Remake, editing out Japanese Rising Sun imagery from E Honda's stage in Capcom Fighting Collection release of Street Fighter 2, and completely removing R. Mika's butt slap from her Super Arts animation in Street Fighter 5, has attempted to run defense for their localization practices. In 2023, Social Sustainability Statement published to their official investor relations page, the company argued that depending on the country, simply translating games developed under Japanese norms could end up hurting users unexpectedly due to historical, religious, or cultural differences. As such, they added, we focus on employing staff from around the world to culturalize the games so that they can be enjoyed by all regardless of locale. This is ridiculous. These people, as it says, look what they say one thing, but then they go and do this. They go and do this. Yeah, we're gonna do this. No, let's censor that. That's culturally sensitive. It's offensive. Yeah, they pander to one audience that's non-existent. What do you guys think? Has Capcom gone way too far this time? Let me know in the comments below, because I think it's time we need to really stick it to Capcom and support other companies. I'm Animate Night 1992. Bye, guys.